Alright, YouTube. We're back. My name is Michael. This is my truck. Alright, so kind of freaked out a little bit at the end of the last video. Just had to take a break. I gotta remember this is a hobby sometimes. So I was flipping out because I didn't like the way the square was sitting in this corner here. It's hard to show on video. I try to practice, but it doesn't. It's hard to see the gaps. So I measured and I measured and I measured, and I found that it was difficult for me to measure because there's probably like a, I don't know, quarter-inch radius of these curves off the end of this. So off the end of the frame, right here. So, well, here, let me bring it down. I don't think you can see. So this radius made it difficult for me to measure accurately and kind of messed with me just with the colorations and the paint and welding and everything. I couldn't tell where I was at. So I relaxed. Went inside, calmed down for a day, came out, started measuring. So my solution was to put these magnets up so, excuse me, I can run a ruler between that side and this side and get an accurate measurement of the distance between the frame rails. The frame rails and my fixture are 34 inches outside edge to outside edge, 34 inches. I'm a 32nd of an inch over that right here. Not going to worry about it. It's welded in. It's parallel. It's pretty damn close to square. That side in particular bows out pretty good. It bows out here. We're at 34 1/8 right here. Then it starts to come back in. I want to show you the other side. I'm hoping this shows up nice and you can see this gap. So I forgot to put the clamp in here. So this whole frame rail is curved in, so it bows out a little bit in the middle, then starts to come back in again. It pulls up real nice. Man, I hope you can see this. See that move? That's not my fixture moving, that's the frame rail pulling back out to where it belongs. So it actually moves out pretty nice, so you can see where it's at. I want to show you one other thing. Alright, just so you understand. Alright, I'm holding this by hand so you can see that gap. You can see we're about 3/8 of an inch out. Alright, this left side is bowed in. This side's sitting 34. So I know my fixture is good at 34, but the frame is bent. I know it's the left side, not the right side, just because I put a straight edge down the left side to see where it was at. Alright? This is pretty good on this side. Okay, so when I pull this back up where it belongs, just snug, my measurements here get a lot better real quick. So that's about 34 1/4. I'm actually out a little bit too far right there. But I know this is 34 inches, so this is dipped, all right? That's about 34 1/8. So I know it's taken off this way and coming back in. I'm going to go ahead and make my diagonals for the front one. I'm going to drill the holes so I can accurately locate the rear spring perches and then front spring perches. Then I'm going to put my top cross member in here. After I have these clamps, so I could take that bow out of it with these bar. I have 4 of these. These are my woodworking pipe clamps, but I already practiced with it, and I could take enough of this belly out of this side to make this straight, parallel to the other side. They have 4 of these, so with the 4 of them, you're going to have that. With the 4 of these, I can get this straight, held in with clamps. So you can see what's happening here. I'll put my fixture back in, clamp it in, find my front spring perch placement, drill, bolt it in, mock it up so I know where it's fitting. Then I know where to put the rear cross member. Then I'm just going to find the center here, put in my center one, pull it up, go with the clamps before I fit that, and I'll be straight from here to here. So I'm okay. I got nervous about it, but I'm going to be all right. That's it. All right, so the outside measurement is 34. In between these plates is 28 1/8. So I'm going to come in here at 14 1/16. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just want to set it on. And I'm going to lay this out on paper. So I know that's 14 1/16 off of this corner. And put my magnet so I can get an accurate measurement. Alright, so I'm 7 3/4 from the bottom of this rail to the bottom of this cross member, 14 1/16 from here to here. We're going to lay it out on paper and make a cardboard template of what this looks like. It should be the mirror image of that side. And we'll cut one out and hopefully all goes well and weld it in. Alright, we're on my basement now. So, alright, so I don't draw very good. This is the 1 1/4 cross member, alright? 1 1/4. This is the side of the C channel, wherever that goes to. So this is the outside. Top. So I gotta go 14 and a 16th is the center there. Seven and 3/4 down from the bottom of this. Alright, I just did that wrong. Because I should have talked about this more. I don't want this to be a point in the center. Alright, that's the bottom. I want this piece to come in like this one to come out like this. So I have a welded joint in the center. Can you see this? I want a welded joint in the center and then welds here and here. So if that's 1.25 inches, and I come over another 3/4. There's probably a way to do this on a computer or with CAD or something interesting like that. Okay. So now if I make this 1.25 inches thick, it's a little bit over 1 inch and 1/8 thick, so I'm going to kind of go with that. I really don't like it. I'm only going to have a very short vertical weld here. So let's see. I'm just going to measure from this inside edge to this inside edge. That's going to be hard to cut. It's almost 3 inches, 2 3/4 inches. So 1 3/8 over from the center line. Hope you're following me on this. Alright, let's do that again. Alright, so now that's going to give me almost 3/4 of an inch to weld here between these two pieces. Alright. Now you can understand perfectly what I intend to do. See, ignore all the other lines that don't make sense. Alright, so this is almost a full-size drawing. This is my 1.25 inch tube that goes across the top. This is in the boxed-in C channel. Alright, so it only goes this far. And you make this diagonal. I'm going to go back on the other side and measure my dip. So I want 1.5 inches of overlap here. All right, you with me here? So this is what I'm going to make. Hopefully I'll make a mirror of it, flip it to this side. Alright, so this is almost a full-size drawing. This is my 1¼ tube that goes across the top. This is in the boxed-in C channel. Alright, so it only goes this far. And you need to make this diagonal. I'm going to go back on the other side and measure my dip. So I want 1.5 inches of overlap here. Alright, you with me here? So this is what I'm going to make. Hopefully I'll make a mirror of it, flip it to this side. And I'll have this, whatever this length is, 1 inch, 1.25 inches. I'll weld along the top. I'll weld along this edge. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. You know, it'll be good and strong. Like I said, there's probably a way to do that on Google somewhere. I try to teach myself, man, I can't remember whatever the Google program is for drawing. It was just driving me nuts. So this will work. Alright, so this is almost a full-size drawing. This is my 1.25 inch tube that goes across the top. This is in the boxed-in C channel. Alright, so it only goes this far. And you need to make this diagonal. I'm going to go back on the other side and measure my dip. So I want 1.5 inches of overlap here. Alright, you with me here? So this is what I'm going to make. Hopefully I'll make a mirror of it, flip it to this side. And I'll have this, whatever this length is, 1 inch, 1.25 inches. I'll weld along the top. I'll weld along this edge. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. You know, it'll be good and strong. Like I said, there's probably a way to do that on Google somewhere. I try to teach myself, man, I can't remember whatever the Google program is for drawing. It was just driving me nuts. So this will work. When I get famous, I'm going to auction these drawings off on eBay. So if anybody wants to make an offer now and get in ahead of it, you know. If you're family, I'll work something out with you. All right, that's 63 degrees. All right, we're going to set this up at 63. Cut this end off first. Come back and cut this off, and then hold it up, see how it fits, and then see what has to happen here. All right, you can't see any of that, can you? All right, we're going to set this side 63. We're going to cut this outside angle first. Then we're going to come in and cut this outside angle. So these two should be parallel to each other. They're both 90 to the frame. And then if we're going to cut this off with the wire wheel or something, we'll do that. Not the wire wheel. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go back outside. All right, some technical difficulties there. Like I forgot to turn the camera on. So, you missed all the excitement of the first one getting cut and fit. It's a little bit too long. That's a paper template I made inside. I might have missed all that on camera. And well, that's how it goes. And I just want to cut this one a little bit shorter than the other one. Let's do it.
I hope I'm not going to be on YouTube.
Oh! Alright, I can work with this. I hope you can see it. I may just cut like 1/8 of an inch off. Or I may go inside and get something to eat. So, I don't know. It's 7:30. I'm going to go eat. We'll do some more tomorrow. But I'm feeling pretty good about the whole thing. Hope you are too. Thank you. It's a very rainy August here. The yard could use it. A lot of lightning and thunder. I don't know if you could hear it. Back to work. Better to spend a couple extra minutes now than I have to do it over again. All right, I think we're in good shape. Give me a hard time burning through with these. I'm turning down my amperage and gonna redo this and see how it works. so it's a little bit harder to start. It wants to stick, but it's not burning big holes. Alright, I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to bring the camera over. Going handheld, so this is what it looks like. I'm not going to show us on film, but I tell you, I went over it 3 times, had some bad weld, ground it out, did it over again. This has got to be structurally sound, you know, so like that's one of my corner joints. That I still got to clean up and go over again. That one came out nicer. I'm not an expert, but I know what I know what it should look like, and I need good penetration. So if I got to go over them a couple times, I will. That's it. Okay, YouTube, so that's about what we're getting for today. I'm going to come back in off camera, clean up these welds, make sure everything looks nice. No need to do that to you on TV. You get the general idea. I'm real happy with the way that came out. We're going to start next by locating the front spring perch. That side, remember this perch goes on the outside of that frame rail. We're going to locate that, find and measure our rear cross member. I'm calling it rear, but not really. And then there's an intermediate one identical to this that's going to go in the center, and that should tighten all this up. And then we'll keep moving back. So that's where I'm at. Thank you for watching. Like my channel, subscribe to my channel. Make a comment if you like. Friend me on Facebook. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.